Afternoon guys, sorry we're sort of running out of time before the auction and I'm struggling with Dawn to try and get these videos all done. So this is going to be a bit of a two-parter. I'm doing one now showing you the car as we always do, I've taken the pictures, excuse me. But I'm conscious of the fact that we have the noise from what sounds to be the offside front or the near side front. I'm crap at that. The driver's front wheel. And basically I want to take it on a bit of a test drive so that you can see that the car changes gear up and down through the gears, drives, reverses, goes into park, goes into sport, does Tiptronic, everything. And then you make your own mind up, because to me now, and I'm not a mechanic, but I've driven and sold cars for a long time, that sounds like a drive shaft noise. A drive shaft on one of these, well, it's not going to be £50, but it's not a gearbox issue. It will stop the car driving until you have it repaired, and it'll make that noise because it's on its way out, so it's letting you know it's on its way out. So it's one of those things that it's a judgment call. The videos to show you that it drives, it changes gear. I mean, I've just noticed I put some fuel in it last week and there's a quarter of a tank in it because we did do some driving and to see how it was. And there was no bother with it. There's nearly a bloody quarter of a tank of fuel in it. So that was how confident that we were that wherever we were going, we were getting to. Anyway, I'll give you the quick rundown as I've done my loop-to-loop. So this will be, and there'll be an add-on under the end of this, which will be a road test. Lovely car, it's a titanium spec. So Fords of this era, I suppose, I have the driving lights, titanium spec, had these chrome wheels, which I'm trying to see how the 17s 235 55 17s, they're XLs, so extra load. Brake disc looks okay at the front of that, decent bit of pad on it as well. Now there's no service history with this car, there's one key. We do have the full V5. I think it's possibly missing the trade slip, so needs a clean. We need to tell the flies to bugger off, but they love a white car. Does look well, frozen white. It needs a clean. As I said, I can't see a lot of issues with it. There's probably going to be stone chips. We had a frozen white Galaxy a number of years ago and it stone chipped like hell, so this doesn't look too bad. It has parking sensors front and rear, and it actually has park pilot, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Driver's front wheel, dirty, bit of scuffing, not too bad. Tyre, if I'm guessing, 3 to 4 mil. As I said, front brake discs look good. Decent bit of pad left on them. Doesn't look bad, that front wing, other than dirty. Passenger door front, same. Rear passenger door, same. Well, there's a little bit of chipping there. Could do with a touch up, but as I said, minor. Rear wheel, looks like it's got chicken pox. Don't know whether that's dirt or what it is, but it's on it. So we've got 3 to 4 mil again on the tyres. Rear brake discs are okay, but scored from sitting, I would say. But what are the pads like? I think they're close, maybe due rear pads in the next couple of thousand miles, depending on how you drive. There's that side and lower. So that does look clean. As I said, rear parking sensors. On the plastic there, a little bit of that's come off. You could touch that up. I mean, I think they actually sell things now that covers these. Missing the rear wash wipe. It's operative, so I don't know what it is, but it's not got it. So I had to notice the noise of it returning when the car first came in. There is maybe an issue with the relay with it, or possibly something else, but it's missing. Rear exhaust pipes, twin exhaust pipes, looks good. Bit of a scuff there. It would polish out possibly in the plastic, and you do a bit of back to blacking. A little bit there. I mean, it being flat white, you're fine to go. Bit of corrosion around the chrome. Some people are going to love this chrome, some people are going to want it all black. That could be the excuse. If you're a trader buying this, that could be the excuse to go all black. I mean, the wheels probably look good in their day, but I mean, again, a bit more tread in that tyre. Disc, and we've said the pads. And again, down the doors, again, a bit of stone chips. Not stone chips, it's like a key chip. front wheel. Front wheels are cleaner than the rear ones, so perhaps the pock marking is actually dirt of some kind. 3 to 4 mil, and there's the front parking sensors as well, go all the way around. Nice details. It is a decent looking motor. Okay, titanium spec. So we have part leather, part cloth. Actually pretty comfortable. Tiny bit of wear as you would expect for getting in and out. Actually, again, pretty clean. Multifunction steering wheel, a little bit shiny. Could use a magic sponge on one of them, I think. Driver's door, 4 electric windows, electric mirrors. Auto lights, always a function's worth having. There is cruise control. The Powershift is full automatic, and there you see the button for the Tiptronic at the side. Makes that noise every so often, so I don't know what that is. It's part of the fan, so I don't know what that is. Climate control, which is dual climate control, driver and front seat passenger. And then it has the Sony head unit, which is, as far as I'm aware, the upgrade Sony head unit, and it has DAB radio, which is excellent. And as you see there, there's Park Pilot. And the rear thing we were talking about yesterday, heated front and heated rear windscreen. Such a bonus. Height adjustment, different bits and pieces. It's manual adjustment on this. Privacy glass in the rear, B-pillar back, which is perfect for families or if you've pets. The rear is actually not bad, pretty clean. And the seats, I'm not even going to start, but they do their thing, I think, individually, or half and the other half, and they move backwards and forwards and up and down and whatever. Yeah, it's a nice thing. Same from this side. It would benefit from a valet. It's come into us as it is, and we haven't cleaned it, we just don't have the time. Apologise for the keys on the ground, but you're seeing it as it is. The side trims and the doors. I mean, driver front passenger airbag. These sometimes have a knee bag. I'll have a look at that. You can hear that noise. They're making that noise again. No idea what it is. The front passenger can lock and unlock the door too. There should be curtain airbags in this, which there is. You can see on the other side. Speakers in the back. Excuse me. Doesn't know whether it'll be hot or cold, and I think I'm getting a cold. So the boot, as I said, it needs a bit of a clean. A couple of chips of paint there on the bottom, but that's not seen when the boot's closed. Oh, it looks like a full-size steel spare wheel, although it's saying maximum, so it's maybe 17 inch, but the diameter is correct, but it's perhaps narrower, and the tools, etc. Good practical space, to be honest with you. And we'll go to the front, bonnet pull. Nice car, all-wheel drive as well. So I call it four-wheel drive. They're calling it all-wheel drive. I call it, can't get the thing to, there we go. And it's sensitive all-wheel drive, or you'll see, but intelligent all-wheel drive, more intelligent than I am certainly. That's the 2 litre TDI, 2 litre TDCi. You hear that again? 163 brake horsepower. So the higher output for the 2 litre engine, which is, like, let's face it, they're putting 163 horsepower in starter cars for people that are learner drivers. So a car like this, it's more than capable of handling it. And with the automatic gearbox and all-wheel drive, it could be a very practical car for somebody. The running lights there at the bottom, I think that's actually, so they're the fogs, and then there's like a running light, which is quite nice too. Okay, and I mean, I took the oil cap off and I had a nosy because I'm curious, because we've no service history. But the car drives nice. As I said, the only issue that I'm finding is, other than that every so often, which to me seems like it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be, other than that, it seems to me that the only issue is the grr at the front, from what I believe is the, you know, the wipers are working. Information: 120,108 miles. We don't have sat nav, obviously, so that's a shame, but there's so many bits and pieces. If this would actually work. Oh, there we go. So there's Bluetooth as well, which is excellent. You can tell the battery's been flat. There we go. Do some. So DAB, FM, phone, mute, clock. Set the clock. Yeah, we do need to set the clock. Take a wild guess. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. And it can be sorted. It's not a big deal. Climate control dual zone. It's been cold. I've not had it on. If I'm going to be saying you should do something, you should regas it. That's something I would do anyway, probably with a new car, do like one of those anti-back things. And as I said, park pilot, so it'll find. Let's see, if you put it into drive, park pilot on, and now you go active park, searching for a spot, and I think you can change it left and right. It's quite nifty actually when you think about it. It's a novelty as well. I mean, who really is using? Oh, who's really, you hear the noise there now? And again, what strikes me is something to do with the four-wheel drive. If there was an issue with the actual gearbox, so it sends power with the intelligent all-wheel drive. It sends power to whatever wheel is needed the most. So if it needs all four, it'll give you all four. We can do it here on the. You can see it's just creeping at the minute. If I give it a tiny bit of power, yeah, and you probably heard that. So I mean, understandably so. It doesn't like making that noise. And Dawn's going to hold this while I drive this and get it out the gate by hitting the gates. Oh, and see what we see. This would be probably a £7,000 to £8,000 car if it was sitting on a forecourt today, perhaps more depending on the part of the world it's in. And it's keyless start. There you go. See, there's lots of other little features. Keyless start, and as I said, there's the cruise control and multifunction steering wheel and etc. Trip computer, and that's quite good. 45.5 miles a gallon. So there's lots of bits and pieces. Do a systems check. All systems normal. Very good. So what we'll do, we'll turn the fan down so that you can hear the noise. We'll leave it on a little bit. We'll turn this off and you'll hear us driving. And Dawn is struggling with the gates, so oh dear. Handy little bits there as well. So I've got Dawn with me now, and we're going to set off. We're going to go down to the roundabout at Kimby Corner. We're going to come back up, go to the roundabout at the start of Hemswell Cliff. And somebody's flying as typical. So you can hear that grumble now, and I'm feeling it through the steering wheel ever so slightly at the front wheel. And if I were to put it in kick down, which basically put my foot to the floor, it does it every so often, particularly under power or if it's being stressed. you will feel it again from that wheel. The car's cold because we've just literally pulled it out after the pictures. So this is a busy direction. I'll go the other way and hope it will be alright. I have it in drive, and what I'll do is the other way is I'll go through the gears as we're accelerating. So you'll see that, or hear certainly, that we're changing gear. This is the Tiptronic on the side here, this little nifty button. So I will indicate away. We're in 2, second gear. So we're going around. Yes sir, come on ahead, pull out, you may as well. Just to keep it as dangerous as possible for everybody. There's third. Pedals at about a quarter throttle. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Drop down to fifth, going around the bend. And maybe this is a bit boring for some of you, but the whole crux of the issue with this car is it's either a drive shaft or a gearbox issue up into sixth. And I'm wanting to show you that as far as I'm concerned, when I'm driving this, it's been left to us to sell, and I'm being told that it's not a gearbox issue, but it's been sold without warranty. It's been sold, you make your own judgment call, you do your own research, there's plenty of information online, there's plenty of doomsday naysayers, but it isn't going to be like that. This is a nice car. It can do with a bit of fettling as we've went around the car, minor things to just titivate it and make it nicer. It could be blacked out completely and be fab looking for somebody. And it's essentially going for half of what it should be retail. So if a trader's expected to have £2,000 in hand on a car of this price, to be able to pay his VAT, to be able to prep a car and then obviously make a profit to earn a living, to have £4,000 in this car, and potentially it needs then a drive shaft. And let's be honest, if it needs a gearbox rebuild would be about £1,500 in one of these. The mechatronic unit you can buy, which is apparently what controls the gears electronically, you can buy them new on eBay for £1,000. There'll even be companies that will refurb your existing gearbox for you. So under full load, there's a slight tunk tunk. Fourth, and I'm going back to cars of old, and after all the automatic gearboxes and all the everything else and all how we're sound deadened and everything is, you know, you take it in when you have an issue or when you feel something that doesn't sound right. This feels like a drive shaft. We'll come off the roundabout here at Hemswell and we'll go through the gears again in sport. That's me changed into sport now, and you'll see that again it'll change gears. It may well make that noise under load, and I don't know about Dawn, but I'm hearing it at the right hand side at the front. So we're actually going down to first gear now. Second in sport mode, and it drives smoothly. We'll come off this so you can hear that. Third, that was full load. You can hear that at the front. I'm not feeling anything through the gearbox. I'm not feeling any drop in power, but what I am feeling is a noise and a vibration slightly through the steering wheel at the front. Listen, quite honestly, this could be something like trim, this could be a loose ball joint, I don't know, but there we go. Fifth in sport, fourth in sport, third in sport. You can see the rev counter going up, back up to fourth, fifth, sixth. We just don't know, but this is an important test drive because you guys won't get the chance to do it. We've nothing to hide at Classics. We've been asked to sell this, but equally so, I don't want the seller to get ripped off either. I want the seller to ensure that he's getting the best value for the car and that the buyer is coming in as informed as they can be, which most auctions, even the modern auctions, give you the bare minimum. So if this helps someone make a decision financially tomorrow to buy this car, excellent. That's the whole point of this. You've seen the pictures, you've seen the description of the walk around. No service history, one remote key, it's keyless, so you get in, you just press the button, but you do have to flip it to get in and out. It's a lovely spec, 120,000, 111 miles, and it is exactly what it is. A titanium spec 2-litre TDCi, I'll say it better this time. 163 brake horsepower all-wheel drive. So look, 3, 2, and we're into the journey, into our entranceway again. And what I'll do is into P, and we'll go into reverse. I'll just make sure I'm not going to like hit anybody. So it goes in reverse, and we're on quite a hill here on the way in. You'll see that if you come to us tomorrow or if you're online. And that's plastic trim noise. So it's to me, it isn't the gearbox, but I'm no mechanic. So this video is for you to use your judgment, guys. Thanks very much indeed for your time. I hope it has helped you. Bye.